Welcome to Turning Hard Times into Good Times. I'm your host, Jay Taylor. I'm speaking to you from New York City. This is the 5th day of May, 2020. And as always, I'd like to thank each of you for listening to this show and making it one of the more popular shows in the Voice America Business Channel. And I want to invite you to keep your questions, comments, whatever you have to say about this show, send them along to questionsfortaylor@gmail.com, questions, the number 4, taylor@gmail.com. I also want to thank our sponsors for making this show economically viable. Without them, there would be no show. Sponsors today, RN Resources, Ely Gold Royalties, Great Bear Resources, Hannon Metals, Irving Resources, Novo Resources, and Sitka Gold Corp. Before I introduce today's show, there are a couple of announcements that I would like to make. First, on May 14th, 2020, that's just coming up in a little more than a week from now, I'll be a part of the Virtual Metals Investor Forum, a live event that will take place. Gwen Preston, Brian London, and myself as newsletter writers will be inviting some of our favorite companies along to present their stories, and each of us will also be providing our views of the markets. So Gwen Preston, Brian London, and myself, the best way to make money in this mining sector, the one that I'm so involved with, is to learn about great companies before they become widely known. And that's what the Metals Investor Forum is all about. Unlike other resource investor conferences, the Metals Investor Forum brings you a curated list of companies followed by one or more of the newsletter writers that host it. In other words, the companies that present there are not just companies because they have some money, they can come on and do their part there and tell their story, but they have to be vetted by one of the newsletter writers. So each of us will be inviting our favorite, a few of our favorite companies along. That is on the 14th of May. Now, you should go to J. Taylor Media. There's a banner there. You need to register for this. Go there, click on that banner at J. Taylor Media. And provide your email, and then you'll be able to get in and listen to this live event that will be starting at around noon, I believe it is, in New York time. But if you go there, it will give you the exact time and information that you need. I should just mention that a good example of how you can profit from this event, Great Bear Resources, and I see it's up to $8.50. Gwen Preston was the first newsletter writer to bring it to my attention, to bring it to the attention of the Metals Investor Forum people in Vancouver a couple of years ago. I believe I picked it up at 46 cents or something like that in my newsletter. Well, today I just checked and said $8.50. It's trading very, very strongly, and I think it probably has quite a ways to go yet. Of course, Great Bear is a sponsor of this show. Chris Taylor has been on this program numerous times and will be with us again in the not-too-distant future. The second announcement that I'd like to make is that I would like to encourage you to go to J. Taylor, go to miningstocks.com. Go to miningstocks.com because I post every day company news. It's very important. But if you scroll down a little bit, you'll also find some real headline economic headlines that are very, very important at this time, and things that I really pick out that I think are very significant and important. So, for example, the ISM PMI surveys numbers collapse in U.S. GDP, heading much lower. These are things that you can go to miningstocks.com, click on the links. Here's another one. Will the market retest lows for the summer? Lance Roberts provides information on that. U.S. trade deficit widens on record crash in exports. Another article. Why it's different this time by Charles Hugh Smith. These are just a few of the very important news and essays that you can pick up from miningstocks.com. So go there and avail yourself to that. A quick and easy way to get to a lot of different, very important thoughts on today's market, some very challenging markets that we are now facing. Well, today's show I've titled Monetary Madness and 3 Outcomes for Gold. Dan Oliver and Chen Lin are this week's guests. Nature gave us gold for money and currency. It is the best form of money known to man, not only for economic stability and prosperous and for a prosperous egalitarian capitalist society, but also to ensure economic stability through an ongoing market adjustments that occur when markets are free. But increasingly since 1971, when President Nixon removed gold from the international monetary system, we've had the opposite system that has led us to a redistribution of income from people who create wealth, like the miners, the manufacturers, the farmers, the inventors, to a ruling elite in the financial markets and in government. No, those classes of people become very rich at the expense of Americans' once thriving middle classes. And in the process, with money created out of thin air, the entire global monetary system has become much less stable with each credit cycle. Now we are facing what many think could very well be a depression even greater than that of the 1930s, thanks to this ruling elite, which have become they have become very, very wealthy complements of our dishonest fiat monetary system that has enabled that to take place. Turning hard times into good times is about finding ways for average folks, like most of you who listen to this show, to turn what are hard times into at least wealth-preserving situations, and if possible, finding ways to actually increase your wealth by honest measures that help our fellow citizens in the process. So to start with, you need to be able to save your wealth. But how can that be done when we don't even know what shape this impending downturn will take? Will it be a deflationary depression like that of the 1930s, or will it be an inflationary depression? Well, Dan Oliver will be with me in the second segment of today's show to outline three possible outcomes and what that may mean for gold and gold share investments through the impending downturn. We do have to go to break now, but when we come back, Chen Lin will be with me to give us his view on COVID-19, his thoughts on the biotech sector, some prospects perhaps for the biotech sector, and some stocks that he may think will give you a chance to profit from it. Chen has done very well, and in fact, I believe has just recently made some money with a COVID-19 biotech stock. But we'll hear what he has to say right as soon as we come back from the commercial break, so don't go away. I'll be right back with Chen Lin.